Now we're going to talk about grounding because it's important whatever level you're at in degree 1, 2, 3, or 4. And when you're working on somebody, if that's your friends, your family, in level 1 and 2, if you're going into level 3 and 4, then it's most likely you're working with clients at that point. But when you're grounding them, as you already know in your content, and it's the reverse of the Shukare symbol, is that you make sure you ground the person before they get off the chair, if you're doing in a chair, or if you're doing on a Reiki table or a massage table. And you go to the feet, so you draw the symbol 3 times, as you already know, but you're going in reverse, the Shukare symbol. You can say it out loud 3 times, as you already know, or you can in your head 3 times as you're drawing it. And the reason you want to ground somebody is for two. There's a few reasons. One is they're not fully anchored into their body. So my running joke is Elvis has left the building. Sometimes they have literally left the building. Or the frequency is really high and the body is struggling to adjust to it. But most of the time it's just because there's a part of themselves that have left their body and they're in another realm. So if you do not ground them, they're going to feel pretty wonky. They're going to feel off physically, or lightheaded, dizziness. Is probably the best way I can describe it for you. So you want to make sure you ground them with the Shukare symbol. And basically the best way I can describe it is pulling from their top of their head, their ground, and that you're anchoring into their soul. You're trying to connect into their higher self. And then you're pulling that energy, their soul energy, and you're pulling it through the crown and then anchoring it down through their body and through their feet, that they're fully getting their body, they're anchoring back into their body. Or you can visualize that you're anchoring them into the planet, like a tree, that you're basically making their feet like roots, and then you're literally pulling them into the earth and shoving their feet into the earth. Because what happens is if you don't ground them, they might not remember how they get home. And we want to make sure that they're clear, they're focused, that they're fully intact in their body. So after every session you work with a family or friends or a client, you really want to make sure. Now, sometimes that frequency is so high that the body struggles with that frequency. So if you can't get them grounded and they're still feeling off, getting off the chair or off the table, then what you do is you just have them sit down. And you can offer them a glass of water. It's another way of helping them ground. The water seems to help ground the person, and you just give them a few minutes until they feel like they're completely back to themselves and they feel like they're fully intact in their body. Okay. Now, some people don't want to be grounded because they like the energy because it feels really good. And why would they want to come back to here? Well, we still need to do that. Okay. Another way you can ground them is have them stand up. You might have to get down onto the floor, place your hands onto their feet, and kind of like a magnet, and you just start to pull on their energy. And what will happen is they'll feel like a thud, and you might feel like a thump that they're back into their body. It's the best way I can describe it. Or like a magnet or like a rock being dropped into the feet, then you know they're fully anchored back into their body. And it takes a few minutes, so you might be at their feet for a few minutes on the floor. Now, if you have back issues and stuff like that, then you don't want to do that, then I would suggest to just have them sit down and for a few minutes, or have them sit there with a glass of water. So you want to make sure after every session that you work with someone, you anchor them so that they don't feel flighty or feel off. You want to make sure they don't feel wonky, okay? And that's what you do, is use that shukare symbol, the grounding symbol. So now you know how to ground someone.